Can you hear me okay? Yeah, okay. Um, Thank you so much, Jill, for letting me share a little bit about my story and kind of how I got into this. Everything Jill said is 100% accurate to kind of how I got here. So, right before I got into my car, I was actually at Starbucks with an old colleague of mine. I was in corporate America for 11 years. And I said, you've been watching me do this for the last 3 years. When are you going to join me? Right? You know that something else exists. Are you ready? And he's ready. But long story short, I didn't know anything like this existed ever. So I was in corporate America for 11 years, right out of college. So I thought this is what I'm supposed to do. I had a big deal, fancy job. I wore fancy suits every day and my fancy shoes. And I was like, so this is what life is supposed to be forever because I knew nothing else. But what changed for me was when I had my kids. I have two boys, DJ and Derek. They're 6 and 7. I live in Long Island, New York with my college sweetheart, Daryl. And, you know, I never thought I wanted to be a stay at home mommy. My husband is a teacher and a coach, and he does well, but I was the breadwinner. I made a significant income in this corporate job that I thought I was supposed to do forever. When I had my kids, my whole world changed. I mean, I went from, loving walking out of the house every day in my fancy clothes to breaking down every single day when I had to leave my kids. It still makes me emotional. Think about it. Because it sucked. Just for lack of a better word, it was hard and I didn't know any better. So, for 6 years of 11, I was paying a nanny more than my mortgage to raise my kids. So let that sit with you for a second. I was paying my nanny more than my mortgage to raise my children. And is that the legacy that I wanted to leave on them? No. But I didn't know anything outside of corporate America ever existed. I truly did not understand that there was anything beyond a 9 to 5. Well, I knew things were changing in my life. I knew God had a bigger plan. I knew something was coming because I knew how unsettled I was. I never would have walked away because of the career that it was, what it yielded as an income. I never would have walked away. But you're corporate America, right? So what are you for corporate America? You're a number. And October of 2014, my number was called. No matter who you are, how good you are in corporate America, you're a number. So when my number was called, I remember thinking that day when I got a phone call, I was literally sitting in a parking lot when that phone rang, kind of like I am right now. I was sitting in a parking lot when the phone rang and they said, I'm sorry, your position is no longer available. And I actually giggled. I literally laughed. And the woman on the other end of the phone said, I'm sorry, did you just laugh? And I thought, did I just laugh out loud? I don't think I realized that I was laughing out loud, because I felt free. I literally felt like the weight of the world was off my shoulders because I could do whatever I wanted to do at that point. I remembered thinking, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up, but I certainly knew it wasn't this. And I certainly knew that I was never leaving my house again. I was never going to do anything else that caused me to have to walk out of that house ever again. That was never going to be an option for me anymore. So just another quick background, I was a gymnast in my life. I got a full scholarship to University of Maryland where I was team captain and I loved nutrition because I was an athlete. And I thought I knew what healthy was. I didn't know what healthy was. When my oldest son was a baby, he was 4 months old, he had a really bad allergy to rice cereal. And it was through that experience of that allergy where we actually almost lost him, that our whole lives changed with food. So now understand, I had this passion for food. I had this passion for nutrition. I had this passion for doing workshops at my house on teaching people how to prep meals. And I knew I loved that life. I just had no clue how I could get paid to do that. I didn't know what that was. But as life plays its role, 10 days after I was downsized from my fancy corporate job, I went to a friend's wine and wellness event where I learned about Juice Plus. I mean, I remembered thinking, this is interesting. And I remember thinking, my son has digestive issues. I wonder if this could help. My younger son has allergies and eczema. I wonder if this could help. And I'm a researcher. Because of my older son's allergies, I needed to research this like crazy. I was a biology major. I love numbers. So I'm looking at the website and I see all this research and I thought, research? So I dove into the research and understand I was built into research. I did research in my past career as a corporate person. So when I read through this research and the quality of what it was and the value of this product, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that I didn't know about it. How did I know about this? 23 years of being on the market. How did no one ever tell me about this? So I started the product. And as much research as I did on the product, I started thinking to myself, if I didn't know about this, that means a lot of other people don't know about this. I need to tell people because this clearly is a gold mine. This is an opportunity to share fruits and vegetables in a capsule and I get paid. It just kind of made sense. So I obviously was in the market for a new career at the same time. So when I jumped into this, I was like zoned in and I knew this was my forever. I truly knew this was my path. And I love every second of it. You know, I started and I remember thinking, who am I going to talk to? What is that going to look like? But do you know what? We have a lot of people in our lives. I guarantee every person that's going to watch this has a lot of people in their lives that are thinking, man, this person needs this. This person needs this. How many people do we know that need better nutrition in their lives? A lot. So for our family, my son's digestive system is no longer an issue. My younger son's eczema is gone. My husband's allergies are gone. I have energy for days. Understand that our body is missing something significant, and we don't know what that is unless we put Juice Plus in our body, period. You know, it's an opportunity to make a change that maybe we didn't think we needed. I felt fine before Juice Plus, but I didn't realize that fine was mediocre until I added Juice Plus, and I went from fine to great. Our whole family was healthy until Juice Plus. It's a different level of health. And how do I not want to share that from the rooftops? So I dove into this business and I couldn't be more proud that I hit national marketing director in 2.5 years, which is the top level in the company. I knew that I had a passion for this, and that excitement, kind of that energy, brought in other like-minded people that wanted this just like I did, that wanted to share just like I do. And from that, I've built and I'm building an empire. And from the moment I said yes to this business, that means that I said no to walking out of my house and having someone else raise my kids. That means I said yes, that I could be there on Wednesday to be at 2 different holiday parties and then set up for the Valentine's Day charades after school. That means I say yes to my family every single day, where for 6 years, I didn't have an option to do that. And I'm literally telling you right now that if you think that you are stuck where you are the furthest thing from stuck. It is so important that you understand there is an opportunity here. And if you think that you're curious about it, go for it because it's worth it. Your body is worth it. If you want to take this product, you've got nothing to lose. And this business will change your life forever. And Jill made this comment too, and I'm just going to close with this. I was not looking for a community. I didn't think, again, that I needed other people in my life. I was fine. Aren't we just fine? Right? We're all just fine. But when you are welcomed into this world and you have friends and meet people that you didn't even know you needed in your life forever, your life is changed. This is beyond a product and a business. This is a world of change. And if you feel like you're in the market for some change, you're in the right place at the right time. And it's absolutely worth it to jump. And I'm grateful every single day that I said yes to this product and to this business, and that I get to hang out with someone like Jill Herman, who is just a ball of sunshine and energy that I want to be a part of. So when she asked me to do this, I said, what do you need me to do? I'm happy to help. And because of people like Jill and people like that we get to be a part of, I mean, it's a game changer, guys, and it's worth the jump.